Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back for another video. We're going to talk about how the trail foot should be in the finish so you guys have a reference point to determine whether or not you guys are rotated properly in the downswing, okay? So when we finish, again, it's a template for most players that can benefit from this. I'm not saying everyone needs to do this, but as a general rule of thumb, this will probably help more people than not. So when people often, they finish their golf swings, I see a lot of variances in their trail foot. When they finish, sometimes their trail foot still looks like this. So you can see the sole of the trail foot still faces the ground, or they look like this. And you can see the trail sole of the shoe is pointing away, okay? So you can see this ankle's over-rotating, you can see, into the finish. Both of those things we don't want. One, when we finish the first way and the trail foot, the sole of the trail shoe still facing the ground, it prevents us from fully rotating. It's very tough for the hips to fully rotating, to finish fully rotating, and to get the hip extension that we want, that pelvis punch, that hip extension that we want at the finish of the push-up and rotated feeling. It's hard to get there if the sole of the shoe is still facing the ground. We don't want this. Because you can see when I'm here, my trail hip is further from my target than my lead hip is. You can see trail hip is here, lead hip is here. Different distances to my target. Ideally, we want both trail and lead hip to face the distance, to face the target the same distance. And if I do so, then I can hip extend. I can finish pushing up and rotating. I squeeze my glutes, I squeeze my core. This is how the lower body should be in the finish for most players. You can see to get there, we gotta let the sole of the shoe, we gotta let this foot finish rolling up. We want this finish as a reference point for you guys. We want the sole of the shoe or sole of your foot, the trail foot, to face directly at the down the line camera. So where you guys are watching me right now is where we want the trail foot to finish rotating. So you can see the sole of my trail foot, the sole of my trail shoe. We also don't need it to over-rotate. You can see when you start over-rotating, you eventually may feel some discomfort in your ankle. You don't need to get that far. There's really no need to go that far in the follow through, because if you're pushing and rotating at the same time, if you're hip extended, it's also tough to start doing this with your ankle, with your foot, okay? If you do this, it takes away from the whole hip extension. It takes away from the whole push-up feeling, because to push up and rotate and hip extend properly, you need to make sure your body parts are aligned properly with the other body parts that are moving in this particular movement. So as we swing and as we're trying to create speed and consistency, if I'm pushing and rotating up and around, this signals the finish, okay? And to get there, for my trail foot to finish pushing and torquing and getting me there, it should lead me to somewhere in this vicinity with how the trail foot should finish, which is the sole of my trail foot, the sole of my trail shoe should face the down the line camera. So you guys really should make sure when you guys finish that the trail foot, the trail shoe is kind of banking and rolling up into that spot. Because we're pushing and using the entire inside edge of the foot to grip and torque the ground, it should gradually bank and roll up from the heel side first towards the toe of your trail foot. We do not want you to do this where you can see it's not my inside edge of the trail heel that rolls up first. It's my entire heel that lifts up, okay? That's not what we want. We do not want you to hit the ball like this and then cheat it after. That's also not what we want. That is inefficient movement in terms of blending the push and the torque and rotation of the lower body. So when you guys are watching yourself on video, make sure when you finish, you look something like this with your trail foot. And again, you can see I'm tall and extended. Trail hip, lead hip, same distance to the screen because I've let my trail foot finish rolling up. I'm not under rotating my trail foot, or I'm not undercutting the movement that my trail foot wants to go to, and I'm not overextending the movement of my trail foot as well, where now my ankle is over rotated and the sole of my trail shoe is now facing the ground in that direction. neither of these positions we want. We want somewhere here. This is where you can be the tallest and the most extended and the most stable, blending together the push-up and rotate, and then you can see the sole of the trail foot and shoe is facing the down the line camera. So that's a good reference for us to look at. If you guys are checking out how you guys are in the finish, making sure you're rotated properly, making sure you're giving yourself a chance to push up and rotate properly in the downswing. So hope that helps, hope that makes sense. Any questions, leave in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks, guys.